The Newsline.
Hello and welcome to People's TV. In today's video, we'll be sharing key insights from the special address delivered by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on June 25, 2025. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, following the attack on Iran, addressed the nation at the commencement of the ceasefire. This speech not only addresses the nation of Israel, but also some of the unanswered questions we have in mind, such as whether Israel achieved its predetermined goals through its strikes against Iran. In the meantime, social media users are sharing their opinions on the outcome of these attacks, whether they were successful or unsuccessful. So the scope of this video is to create awareness of those answers we have collected from the PM's speech. We are aware that the showdown between the two nations lasted 12 days. With regards to the attack, Netanyahu has stated that the outcome of the attack was a historical victory achieved against Iran, while it was a phenomenal defeat and the worst attack by far that Iran suffered as a nation. He also mentioned that no other nation in the history of the world has successfully mounted such a devastating attack on Iran before. Hence, despite conflicting narratives entertained by mainstream media lobbyists, Netanyahu has re-emphasized and reaffirmed that Israel was able to push back Iran's nuclear weapons production capacity by several generations. Now, some might argue that the Netanyahu administration claimed Israel would obliterate the nuclear capabilities of Iran, although he says they pushed it back by several generations. Well, it's the same thing. Obliteration means delaying the nuclear program by decades. After all, Iran will rebuild their nuclear arsenal production program. They have proclaimed so. However, it has been greatly postponed by the massive destruction that Israel inflicted on Iran's existing nuclear weapons production program. In other words, Israel successfully obliterated the current nuclear arsenal production capabilities of Iran. Additionally, Netanyahu re-emphasized that the ballistic missile capabilities of Iran were pounded with the same treatment. He revealed an important piece of information because, on previous occasions, several Sri Lankan YouTubers emphasized Iran has 3,000 ballistic missiles. Contrary to these claims, Netanyahu has mentioned Iran had 20,000 ballistic missiles, and the strikes carried out by Israel were able to eliminate this threat as well. Although we did not know how credible this claim was by the time the ceasefire was initiated, it was revealed that at least half of Iran's ballistic arsenal was destroyed. Overall, according to the PM, Israel was able to weaken Iran's capacity to produce and launch ballistic missiles. With regards to the Trump administration, the PM spoke favorably of the President of the United States of America. In addition to emphasizing the support from the USA, he mentioned that Donald Trump is the most friendly president of the United States of America by far. He expressed his gratitude to the Trump administration for standing with Israel in this decisive time of history in the nation of Israel, as well as for having a close relationship with him and working as a team. We observed that the relationship between Trump and Netanyahu was affected because Trump opposed the idea of Israel retaliating against attacks launched by Iran, violating the ceasefire agreement. Thankfully, we can rest assured that the strained relationship was restored because of the PM's speech. Also, the Trump administration has spoken very highly of the Netanyahu administration, indicating the U.S. shares the same sentiments with Israel. Moving forward, Netanyahu said, Israel thrashed the Iranian nuclear weapons program, and Israel will not hesitate to strike again and again, each time Iran attempts to reboot the nuclear program. Now, a noteworthy observation would be that the ceasefire agreement doesn't include a condition that Iran must not restart its nuclear program. At the moment, the ceasefire agreement has gone into effect without such serious conditions. It is indeed a condition self-imposed by Israel. The PM in his speech guaranteed further attacks would follow if Israel notices Iran rebooting its nuclear weapons production program. Now, this statement is a very alarming factor because international media outlets reported that Mohammad Islami, the chief of the Iranian nuclear weapons production program, has announced they will start rebuilding the infrastructure destroyed by the Israeli attacks. These developments draw our attention to two important factors. First, despite a ceasefire deal being in effect, the risk of another lethal war breaking out is much higher, as both parties are just a few sparks away from igniting another disastrous war as they rub their hands together. In a nutshell, Israel has threatened to attack every time Iran reboots the program, while Iran itself has vowed to reboot the program. Hence, this ceasefire deal, in reality, is concealing a flame beneath the coal. Now, regardless of Iran's ambition to reboot the nuclear weapons production program, they are facing a multifaceted challenge. First, raising funds for the program is a challenge. For decades, they spent trillions of dollars, and raising funds in that capacity won't be easy. Even if they did, their frontline nuclear experts were eliminated by Israel, which is the next challenge in line. From the beginning of the attack, the Israeli Defense Forces targeted the intellectuals and experts linked to the program, who were successfully eliminated by the Israeli army. By now, Israel has successfully eliminated more than a dozen experts. Also, in the past, Israel destroyed the Iranian clandestine nuclear archive through a successful Mossad operation, which caused large-scale damage to Iran's nuclear ambitions. Owing to these factors, Iran has to start their nuclear weapons production program from ground zero. In addition to the main nuclear weapons production facilities, the Israeli attacks destroyed several other minor facilities. Also, by yesterday, both parties had started assessing the damage suffered from attacks mounted by their adversaries. We are looking forward to bringing you the latest developments in this area, as well as in our next video, as soon as the information becomes available. As we sign off, we would like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date and spread the word by sharing our videos. This is People's TV signing off for today.
Subscribe us for more details.